Welcome to Ecclesia Principles, a biblical strategy for believers to engage in God's design for government with Ray Eppard.
Hello, glad you could join us again today. This week, we are looking at jurisdictional government. Now, God established the concept of jurisdictional government in Genesis 1:26. That verse says, "Then God said, let us make man in our image and according to our likeness, let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the birds of the air, over the cattle, over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps on the earth." God gave to man jurisdictional government. He delegated to humanity part of his own authority. He gave humanity the right to say. That's what the word jurisdiction means. It's lawful speech, or the right to say, the right to determine. He gave that to humanity in giving humanity dominion over all of the earth. And so with that, this right here is really the first jurisdiction. Now, and there is particularly a title for this form of jurisdiction. It's called self-government. Because at this point in time, Adam, God, if you read particularly in chapter 2, God made Adam first. He formed him out of the dust of the ground, and he breathed into him the breath of life. And so, if you would, he made Adam first. He made one person. Now, before the day was out, he made Eve. But with this, God is showing us that he gave dominion to one person over all the earth. That established self-government. Adam was the possessor and the determiner over all the earth because God had given him dominion over all the earth. He had given him the right to say over all the earth, including the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. But because he can't determine moral right, God determines that. Then when he disobeyed God, there were consequences for that. He had the legal right to do it, but not the moral right to do it. See, there's things in our world today that there's a legal right to do it, but it's not moral. It's not moral, it's not right. And it does cause problems if you follow that. Doesn't matter that it's legal. It's what does God say about it. But you see, again, this was the first jurisdiction, self-government. God gave the individual the right to say. Now, this is significant in that God gave an individual. See, he could have just as easily made Adam and Eve at the same time, but he didn't. So there had to be a purpose in why he didn't. Now, we'll get into some of that when we look at the other jurisdictions. But because he made an individual first, then that established self-government. And if you would, self-government is the basis for everything regarding humanity and God. In our relationship with God, everything is built on the concept of self-government. It is the baseline, if you would, of jurisdictions. Self-government was the first jurisdiction. God bless you. Join us again tomorrow.
You've been listening to Ecclesia Principles with Ray Eppard. Follow us on YouTube and Facebook on our Ray Eppard pages. This program was brought to you by Victory Worship Center and World Outreach. Services Sunday 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock, 200 Hammond Lane, Stanton, Virginia.